Hello everyone, it's the Batman Statue Collector, and we are ready for the 6th battle in the Arkham Madness Tournament. And today, Arkham Knight Two-Face takes on Arkham Knight Catwoman in an ultimate battle. Will Catwoman scratch her way to the top? Find out next. Alright everybody, welcome back, and like I said, today Arkham Knight Two-Face takes on Arkham Knight Catwoman. Both of these statues are phenomenal. Some of the best pieces, in my opinion, from Prime 1 Studio. What a battle it's going to be today. I also want to just take a minute and thank each and every one of you for voting. You guys are rocking this thing. It's so awesome. If you haven't done so, make sure you go to BatmanStatueCollector.com and vote every 24 hours, again, for these awesome giveaways. Not only the Hot Toys Batman Arkham City provided by Sideshow Collectibles, but also the amazing Batman Metal art print signed by Greg Capullo, Scott Snyder, and Jonathan Glapion. Amazing giveaways, and again, somebody's going to win those, so I just cannot wait. As always, let's go ahead and start with the bases. Alright, so both of these statues have really great bases, and let's start with Two-Face first. This has the same base as we've seen it from a lot of the other statues. Of course, it has that double head look. The thing that makes this one so unique, in my opinion, and this is really one of my favorites in the line, is because it has a regular head on one side and a crumbling head on the other, which basically makes it look like a skull. I think it is very well done. It looks like it's burned or torn apart. It just looks really cool, and it really, it really reflects the character, and I think they did a really neat job with this particular base. Again, it's the same architecture style, same colors as the rest of the Arkham Knight line. Now, if we switch gears over to Catwoman, they kind of go back to that standard, that original look of the triangle-shaped base with the one main thing on the front. Of course, this one happens to be a cat, of course. This base looks to be massive. It looks to be quite large, and it even has two cats on the back side. I don't really think that they necessarily needed those two cats on the back side. I think it would have made the base a little smaller. But I do really like the Arkham Knight line where it has that triangle base. I've stated that in previous videos, and I just think it's really well done. If I had to choose between the two bases, me personally, I particularly like the triangle-shaped bases the best. I really think that they look cool, and that's how they started the line. So this particular round, I'm going to award Catwoman. I think that the base on her looks really cool, and again, it's massive. It looks really cool with the cat. I just think that the base itself is massive, and it fits that triangle look that I really like. Alright, so now it's time, of course, to look at the bodies, and both of the bodies on the statues look really, really well done. But I want to start with Two-Face first. If you look at this guy, from top to bottom, he just looks amazing, and the way the suit is done blows my mind. If you look at it closely, so there's all these lines on the white part of the suit, and it's textured, and it looks like fabric. It's amazing whenever you look at it from across the room, and then you come close to it, and you're like, I can't believe that that is sculpted. But it is. I don't know how they did it. It is just so grimy and dirty looking. It just is so well painted, so well done, and so well textured. And then that's just the white side. And then you get to the burn side, and it is absolutely, I'm looking at it, to have the layers underneath, it's very, very similar to that look from The Dark Knight with Two-Face. They obviously borrowed that from the game, from the movie, excuse me. But it just looks absolutely amazing. Again, there's just so much detail, and again, it looks like fabric. I just don't know how they were able to do it. Just really great. Then, of course, you have the hand holding the coin. I think that is a nice touch. I'm so glad that they did that. The burnt areas are just absolutely phenomenal. Just the statue itself looks really good. I mean, it's just a simple figure, but the amount of detail that they put into him is just, again, it's just mind-blowing to me. Now, if we move over to Catwoman, she looks really amazing as well. Her costume is a little bit more simple. There are a lot of elements, of course, to it, but it's a little bit more simple in that it's just basically black. There's not a lot of different color variations. There's not a lot going on with the costume. There are buckles and things like that that look really good. And again, her skin texture looks really good, as always, from Prime 1. using that translucent resin. Again, she is really cool, and she does have, of course, some switch outs, which make her really unique in itself. You know, she can be holding the whip, which I think looks really good, and then she can also be holding the diamonds. Now, she's got that hand with the switch out, and the diamonds come in 3 different colors: red, white, and blue. So I think that is a really nice touch, that there's those different options, again, however you want to display her. If you display her that way, the whip can go on the side, and I think that's really cool looking. She also has the collar, which you can change out. Those were from the Riddler missions, so you can either have that on or have it off depending on what you want. Again, I absolutely love when they have all of those different switch outs. So again, both of these figures look really good. Two-Face doesn't really have the switch outs, you know, other than the exclusive, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But if I had to choose between what I personally think the body-wise looks the best, might shock some people, but I am going to go with Two-Face. I think that his costume alone, with all of the detail, it just looks so cool, and your eye is instantly drawn to it. Again, it's not taking anything away from Catwoman's body, but again, it's just more of a simple black paint, and so my eye goes more to the Two-Face figure itself. So in this round, the body goes to Two-Face. All right, so we're moving on to my favorite round, and that is the head sculpt round. Both of these statues have really amazing head sculpts. Let's talk about Two-Face first. Now, Two-Face comes with 2 head sculpts. The first one is just the standard. He's angry face, you know, not enraged, but he's just angry. Now, the amazing thing about this particular piece is this is the one that I knew I was going to display. I thought it looked amazing. It just was phenomenal. And then whenever I got it in hand, I actually liked this next head sculpt the best, and this is the enraged. He is so angry looking, and it just looks, again, just looks absolutely amazing. But I was really surprised that, again, that I liked that head sculpt the best, but there's just so much detail. There's so much, if you look in the burnt side, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. There's so many different levels of detail, so much different shading, effects, and paint. It just, again, it just looks really cool. So let's move over then to Catwoman. Now, Catwoman also comes with 2 head sculpts in her collector's edition, and what you get with her is you get the standard, you know, straight-faced look. Again, she's got some scars and some, you know, bruising, but she's painted really well. Looks really good. The head sculpt that I prefer is the second one. That is here, where she has a smirk on her face. I think it's really cute, really sexy looking, and goes along with the figure a little bit better in my opinion. But who knows, when I get her in hand, you know, who knows which one I'm going to like the best. But I think, again, both of them are very well done. If I had to choose again which head sculpts I like the best, me personally, I would once again go with Two-Face, just because of the level of detail in his paint. He just looks so amazing. He is my wife's favorite statue in the entire line, and it's because of those head sculpts and again, all of the amazing level of detail in the clothing. But again, this round, in my opinion, goes to Two-Face. All right, everyone, we're now to the final section in this battle today, and that, of course, is the exclusives. Now, Two-Face has a really good one. The regular, I forgot to mention earlier, he's holding the gun in the collector's edition, and I really like the way that looks. But the exclusive is really amazing as well, and that, of course, is the grenade launcher, and it looks just massive, and it looks cool. His fingers on the trigger, and it just, the level of detail on it, again, the skin texture looks phenomenal. It's a much bigger piece than the gun. I display it with the gun just because, to me, that's more classic Two-Face, but the grenade launcher, man, it looks really cool. Then if we switch gears over to Catwoman, we actually have a 3rd head sculpt here, and that is exclusive with her head with the visors down, the goggles down. It looks really good. In my opinion, I like the other 2 head sculpts better, but some of you are going to maybe want to display her with those goggles down, but I think her face is just so well done that people aren't going to want to, you know, hide her eyes, because again, she just looks so well done. Me personally, if I had to choose right now, and again, this one's tough for me, but again, you might be shocked by this, but I'm going to once again pick Two-Face, just because I think that the option of having a second gun is cooler than the option of having her goggles down. Again, head sculpts are always nice to have that option, but in this particular case, I think the grenade launcher is a cooler exclusive, so this round goes to Two-Face. All right, so we have come to the end in this round, and man, what a battle this one is going to be. Both of these statues are absolutely amazing. They are two statues that I am so excited to have in my collection. Of course, I already have Two-Face here, but I cannot wait to get Catwoman. I think she, as a statue, looks absolutely stunning, and I know that she is very popular. So my pick today is probably going to be my most controversial of the entire tournament. I know that most of you are voting for Catwoman, and she's a phenomenal pick. But in this particular case, I am going to award the entire round to Two-Face because I absolutely love him. I think he is phenomenal. I've always wanted a Two-Face in my collection, and I feel like Prime 1 really hit a home run. And I feel like he's very underrated. I feel like a lot of you might not have him in your collection or know how detailed he is. Again, he is a kind of a simple figure. There's not a lot going on, but there's just so much detail pumped into him, and I think he looks absolutely phenomenal. So again, I know that most of you are voting for Catwoman, but in this particular case, I am awarding this one to Two-Face. I think he looks phenomenal. But just remember, my opinion doesn't matter. What matters is yours. Once again, make sure that you are visiting BatmanStatueCollector.com. Make sure that you are voting every 24 hours because every single time, of course, that you vote is once again an entry into that Hot Toys giveaway from Sideshow Collectibles, as well as the Batman metal art print. So I cannot wait to give that to one of you out there. I am so excited to be giving those away. Again, just make sure that you're playing, make sure you're voting every single day, and make sure that you're checking out BatmanStatueCollector.com for all of the rules and details and all of that stuff. Again, that's where you go to vote every day. As always, guys, I thank you so very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave.